So the year is finally coming to a close. We're now in December. I still can't believe we're in December. It's really just gone just very quickly, and I still can't believe that right now I'm making the list, just rounding down like just top songs of the year. I've never done these type of lists because I've been reluctant to making these lists because my opinion always changes as to what is like my favorite song of the year, what are the best songs and how they're ranked and stuff. But I just wanted to try it out for this year just to see just how it works because I've been kind of making playlists throughout the years of my top songs personally, and I've been always wanted to make the video, but I just didn't know how to convey it. So now I want to take the risk and just like actually make a well thought out video and like rounding up the best songs that the year had to offer. So for this video, I'm kind of narrowing it down to the top 40 best songs that the year has to offer. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion. It's not an objective opinion. There's no such thing as an objective opinion. And it is bound to change in the future. I mean, the songs that I feel are my personal favorite a couple of years ago are not the same ones. They really just are down different songs. So I just want to make this list as a means to just get you guys involved and listen to songs that you might not have heard of, and maybe just want to expand your music taste and just actually want to take the initiative and listen to that one song you kind of had just waiting there. So yeah, just want to share my thoughts on what were the best songs of the year. So without further ado, let's just start off the list with the number 40 spot, which is He's Something by Yale. Hopefully I pronounced her name correctly. But this song is just an intoxicating listen. I kind of found her due to the Spotify algorithm, one of the rare occasions where the Spotify algorithm actually suggests a really good song. And I thought this song was very interesting because it's a very short song. I think it's almost like 2 minutes, if not less. It's nice, it's smooth, it's jazzy, and it's just one of those songs that you just want to have like in a late night drive, or you're just kind of chilling and you want kind of something in the background, or just something just that puts you like in a little like jazzy mood. Well, that song is just a special song for that type of vibe or occasion. It just always puts me in a nice chill mood whenever I just don't want to focus on something, and it just sets a tone for the night. At number 39, I have $1 Million Baby by Tommy Richmond. This song was everywhere when it came out. Actually, even before it came out, it was everywhere. The snippet was just everywhere on TikTok. Everybody was reposting it. And when this song officially came out, it was something you just cannot escape. On radio, stream platforms, anything. It was just there. It was just blasting your eardrums. And honestly, I didn't mind it at all. It's an incredible song, just the way it's produced and the way it feels. It's short, it's nice, it's catchy, it's not trying to take itself too seriously, it's playful too, kind of aiming for those like retro vintage type of vibes, kind of like 80s or 90s type of vintage funk, mixed with some more modern drums and modern production. I think it's nice, I think it's sweet. I don't think Tommy kind of like takes himself too seriously, as I said on this track. It's just nice, it's something you can play when you're working out or just want to turn up or something. It's 2 minutes or 2 minutes 20 seconds. It's not too long. It's not something just like takes up too much of your time or you're thinking too much. It just starts like that and it ends like that. It's something kind of flies over, and it just had me like re-looping some specific parts because of how intoxicating it was. The synthesizers, the 808s, the drums, everything is mixed so nice and so like just perfectly. And just Tommy's voice in this song is just incredible. He really soars on this song. He just really delivers one hell of a performance. So at number 38, I have Never Ender by Justice and Tame Impala. This is a song that it's more on the lengthier side. Not too lengthy, obviously. But it's just like this very nice EDM slash pop song. That's electronic pop song. That just merges two worlds so well. It's like it's like they were made to make a song with each other. It's almost like Daft Punk in The Weeknd when they made I think when they made Can't Feel My Face and A Starboy. It's just something that just like was meant to happen. I think they produced Can't Feel My Face. Hopefully I've said it wrong. I know it's Starboy, but I know like just when they made the song together, it was like something like this was meant to happen. It is the same occasion with Justice and Tame Impala. It's a nice EDM electronic dance music type of song. That just works. It's a nice electronic dance music type of song that kind of goes to the rhythms that Tame Impala will usually go with, and just a typical Justice type of sound that you would hear on their debut Cross album. It's bringing back those vibes, kind of mixing it, giving it more of a modern taste, and it just sounds great and intoxicating. For number 37, I have Whatever She Wants by Bryson Tiller. There's nothing too much to say about this song. It's a nice, catchy song. I've used the words nice and catchy really a billion times, and I'm still not even in the top 10. But yeah, it's just a song that Bryson cooked up, him rapping his ass off, flowing his ass off. He typically goes more into singing lane with his R&B stuff, but he's kind of like just taking a step back, kind of creating sort of a nice short and sweet bop and banger that you can just play in the club, play anywhere else you want. There's nothing really to say about the song aside it's just a head banger. Like, I've had this song on loop for so many times whenever I'm working out, whenever I just want to turn up, and Bryson really sets the mood. And it's very ironic since he usually sets the mood for more R&B settings. Next up, I have All Red by Playboi Carti. I know I could technically go with any of the songs that he released this year that aren't on stream platforms, but I think with All Red, it's something that kind of was kept more in my playlist because aside of I don't have to like actually take my time out and search those songs that were never officially, put into stream platforms. It's just a really good song. Again, it's short. It's just a 2-minute banger. It is chaotic. It has these crazy, like, distorted synth leads like you would hear in a whole lot of Red or in this rage theme that he sort of summoned throughout the years. And it's him kind of embodying this, like, future-esque flow that he presented to us in Fiend or in the newer tracks that he's released that are not on streaming platforms. And it's just him having fun. It really is. It's a nice, short demo of what's probably to come with IM Music. And if this is just this type of style is coming on the record, I think it's something that a lot of people really enjoy. Next up, I have Ay No Puedo by the Marias. This song is just so damn nice. It is aquatic, which explains the album cover. It just sets the tone for sort of a smooth, just chill environment. And it's really just the Marias kind of diving into a more lovey-dovey side. And it really sets the mood because just the lyrics that are involved, more of a lovesick, romantic. And the guitars are just forming nice, almost like bachata-esque. Well, not really bachata. I'm kind of confused in genres, but it just has that sort of rhythm. It's kind of diving into more traditional Latino type music, where it's just much more low key, much more chill, not too loud on the ears, and it's just trying to set up this very, again, like aquatic or chill-esque environment that's just nice for the ears and ultimately nice for the soul. Next up, I have Spring Is Coming. I'm probably not gonna say the rest of the title because it's a long title. By Caroline Polachek. I've been very just like on the fence with Caroline Polachek because I really love her voice, but I wasn't a huge fan of her previous record. I know it's a shocker. Everybody seemed to love that record. For me, I thought it was fine, but with the new deluxe version that she came out with, like, I actually enjoyed that more than the record itself. And one of the songs that stand out with me was that song, the Spring song, that I'll probably just like put here or in the description. You can probably see it's a long title. But this song was just like so nice. It's just like kind of had these like synthwave type of vibes. Also just have more like modern pop vibes. You can just hear Caroline kind of stretching out her vocals throughout the track. It just feels very natural in her state. It doesn't feel like it's like forced upon her. It feels just free and airy, and it's almost like she's just like riffing throughout the track, and it feels natural. It doesn't feel like way too processed. And it just feels liberating to hear an artist like her just go crazy out with the vocals. Don't emphasize too much on the structure and just let it breathe and let it run. It's really nice to listen to. Next up, I have the track Off-White by Boldy James featuring Conductor Williams. Well, technically it is a joint record, so it's Boldy James and Conductor Williams. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think the Conductor just offers his, as usual, incredible boom bap type production. And Boldy James just flows his ass off on this song. It's just something that's just second natural to him. It's something that's just like natural to him to flow on his song. I would have picked probably another song from this record, but I was just having a lot of difficulty. And as a single, I think this is probably the best single to introduce people who aren't like aware of Boldy James, even though a lot of people already kind of know about Boldy James in the hip hop community. But yeah, I think this is probably the perfect entry for anybody who's looking to more boom bap or just sample based hip hop music. This song and Boldy James are like the perfect entry point, especially Conductor Williams with his fantastic production. Next up, I have Polynesian by Smino. I really love Smino's voice throughout this song. He's just really kind of flexing his singing abilities, his rapping abilities, him flowing on this song too. It's a very nice chorus. It's, again, something very lighthearted, and just like a little bop that he put on the side. The mere fact that this was a sort of a loose single is kind of crazy because it's been on repeat, and probably made my Spotify Wrapped. I have to check. But yeah, it's just a song. It's nice. It's a bit on the lengthier side. Not super lengthy, but just a bit more on the lengthier side. and it really has a lot of mileage for anybody who listens to this song. The beat is kind of nice and whimsical, kind of like more setting into the background. Has these very nice like synths and chord progression that kind of reminded me of a more like just SoundCloud rap type of vibe back in 2018 or 17. Not that it's like completely like trip like XXXTentacion or Juice WRLD type, but it just has that nice sort of like, you know, light beats or light vibe where it's just like very chill, very low key, and nothing too mind blowing or crazy. And I think Smino's voice kind of does all the talking for the track. Next up, I have Se Fue by Raúl Alejandro and Laura Pausini. I think hopefully I said Pausini. I probably said it wrong, but I apologize. I know that technically this song is supposed to be a cover of a pre-existing song, but Raúl collaborating with the original artist of the song just brings up so much of the original mood, and you can tell that Raúl doesn't want to mess this song up and mess this cover up, and he wants to pay not only homage, but also just wants to collaborate and bring this sort of like moment of union with the original artist himself. Not only showing his flowers, but also showing this artist to a whole new generation of listeners, which is something that Raúl kind of expresses with his other song, with his other cover with Tu Con Él, which is a classic in Puerto Rico, just like Latino music in general. But with this song in particular, he definitely just wants to show audiences, newer audiences, this song, maybe those who aren't aware of this song, and he just sings his ass off in here. He just, like, his voice just kind of like soars throughout the mix. Laura also kind of gives a very nice helping hand. It just ends up being a very nice duet, just offering these two sides of the coin type of thing. And the production in general kind of encapsulates this very 80s kind of like vibe in general, just like the drums and the synthesizers, the chords, the pads, everything's played in the mix. It just feels very retro and vintage, which was definitely the point of the song and the aim of the song as well. Next up, I have Texas Blue by Quadeca and Kevin Abstract. This song was a very nice finale to the Scrapyard record by Quadeca, and it's just nice. That's all I can really say. It's nice. It's like a 5-minute, nice, chill song. Very harmonious instrumentals. I think both of their voices mixed together. Kevin's voice is actually very nice. I'm like usually accustomed to his more like processed voice throughout Brockhampton, but when he just stretches out his vocals on this song, it just feels nice, and that's just this nice texture and layer to Quadeca's vocals, and you can just definitely tell they definitely wanted to create this very nice kind of like I'm up in the morning type of vibe, and that's all I really see throughout the song. It's almost like a nice like bright morning. So it's definitely a song that you definitely want to play when you're starting off your day. It's very nice in the ear, so you could tell Quadeca wanted to just bring this harmonious conclusion to a very chaotic record. Next up, I have Color Your Night by Lotus Juice and Asumi Takahashi. This song is like, wow. Like, when I was playing Persona 3 Reload, this song was just in my mind because whenever you're like traversing, I think at night, in the mall or just in general, this song plays, and I just had it on loop and we play this as well. It was very hard to pick a song from the Persona 3 soundtrack, the new one, like which song was the best, but I think personally this one as a song itself, aside from the opening and the new battle tracks and everything added, it's just something that was playing on loop in my head. Like whenever I was just doing things or chores or whatever, it was like just like almost like a simulator, and like that song just keep on looping in my head. And even listening to it apart from playing the game, it's very nice, chill, low key mood. As it says in the title, Color Your Night. It's supposed to be played during nighttime, just like in the game suggests. And it's just that it's a nice kind of like nighttime-ish vibe, or whenever you're just kind of like doing some activities, you're idle or whatever. It's just that type of song. Even when like you want to have something playing in the background, this song is that nice song. These very nice jazzy chord progressions. This very low-key, drums. This nice bass. Lotus Juice kind of singing a bit while also rapping, delivering this low-key verse, and Azumi just singing her ass off, really, in a very chill yet kind of emotive song. Next up, I have Overseas by Ken Carson. The most shocking thing about this is that I'm not even a huge Ken Carson fan. I like his music sometimes, but I'm not like loving his music. I don't love his music in general, but this song just is incredible. It's just what I need from Ken Carson, what he does the best. It's these loud, distorted 808, these drums, these very distorted synthesizers. Ken Carson's kind of like just auto-tuned, super processed voice, but it kind of sounds like gritty at the same time. He understands the room, he understands the situation, and he carves out this very nice, enjoyable, in-your-face, loud, distorted I'm not gonna pull back type of vibe, and this chaotic vibe that's very necessary to just like carry out whatever aggressive activities you want to carry out, like just working out or whatever. It's something that gives you so much power and strength. I have On God by Mike and Tony Schultzer, Earl Sweatshirt, and Tony Show. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But this song is just feature after feature and verse after verse where it's just like, oh, it's like giving me like that stank face. And it's great. It's a nice pause cut. I like the production from Tony Seltzer. And he just delivers very nice kind of like almost, I don't want to say something you hear in NBA 2K. I really don't want to say that because it sounds like strange, but it's like that one beat where it's like, it's nothing too complicated. The tempo isn't way too high, but the beats are like, the beat is banging within itself. It's like an 808 that's just like in your face, you know, but you can just hear everybody's verse like perfectly equalize. I think Mike's delivery was great. He kind of delivers his usual like kind of like, I don't want drunk. I want to call it drunk. I don't know what to call it, but it's kind of like a woozy type of verse. And Earl Sweatshirt for me probably what had the standout verse in the track. This man like not only delivered a chorus, but he delivered a very nice like extra verse, and he was just going off and off and off and off. And also the Tony Show was also a great finisher to this song. I don't know, just I think all three or all four of them work so perfectly in this song, and it's like that one bop that you kind of can't get out of your head, and you just like play and you get so much mileage out of. I can't really explain that well. It's just a fun little song that you kind of play. Next up, I have Viking by Sababi or Sababy. I probably ruined that pronunciation of the name, but wow, this song was just incredible. The beat is like going crazy. It's almost like a rage type beat, but it's not really. And Sababy kind of embodies this like young thug or future type of persona. I want to say almost even Cardi, but to be fair, he does embody all three of these at the same time in the song, sort of. And I don't think he lets these influences overtake him to the point where he sounds like a clone. In fact, it's much more natural, and it sounds like he's having fun with it, and he's finding his own pattern and tempo. But his flow is just like crazy throughout the song. He switches up his flows like a bunch of times throughout the songs. The hook is nice. He just flows on a beat just very naturally, and there's just bar after bar after bar after bar throughout the song, and it just really shocked me because this is like the second song on the album, and it was like, wow, it's like I need to stay for the ride. So yeah, like this song is just like a must listen to, especially if you just want to get like that high dopamine, like I'm in my zone type of. Next up, I have Hijacked by A$AP Rocky and Jessica Pratt. This for me was the best A$AP Rocky single out of the singles that he released for this new record that hopefully will come out at some point. And it's just like fun. It really is just fun. Like just the kind of nice sample with and I'm like that. A$AP tied it on my wrist. Like that flow was just incredible, and the sample like that I was talking about is very nice. But just like the first half of the song is like just A$AP Rocky doing the typical A$AP Rocky stuff, saying that he's gonna do a bunch of things to your pitch, and just again doing A$AP Rocky stuff to then just like condescending into this very nice last minute of like just smooth harmonies with Jessica Pratt, kind of giving this very low key, this very like just singularity type of vibe, where it's almost like just like kind of an isolation. I don't know. I kind of felt that it was a nice contrast, and A$AP Rocky is kind of known for having this like very artistic and like crazy drops or crazy transitions into a more like just low-key outro, and he has done in his previous projects, previous songs, as I said. But this song for some reason just embodies that like A$AP Rocky signature style so perfectly, where it's like it's something intoxicating almost. Next up, I have Samurai by Lupe Fiasco. What can I really say? Lupe is an incredible writer, and in this song, like this is probably gonna sound like a bad joke, but he really does rap like a samurai. Like just the way that he's like flowing his ass off in his song, bar after bar after bar. The nice sort of like boom bap lo-fi type of like beat that's going around. It's like he is in his zone. He is locked in, and he will not stop until he tells you what he wants to say on this song. Like just like dead eye centered, almost like a samurai would. He's like rapping like a warrior throughout this song. And I find it to be just very cool because Lupe, at the age and at the state that he is in his career, he still really can put out some quality tracks and quality records. Next up, I have Wolverine by Freddie Gibbs. This song, just like Samurai, kind of has this very nice, jazzy sort of feeling, boom bap almost. But yeah, I mean, just like the nice, like just like it's not really a choir, but it's sort of like nice, like like so the guitar and like just the nice like again like sample voice in the background. It opens up like this very like nice smooth environment, but it transitions to these like just right in your face like just almost like trap drums, and Freddie is Freddie flowing his ass off as usually. I think there's a line where he says he's gonna smoke his ops like Oppenheimer, which made me just laugh my ass off. And he was also dead serious throughout the song, which makes it even better. And just like the title track suggests, with Wolverine, I don't know what correlation it has to do with Wolverine, but if he is benching the character, I believe it because this guy like just goes in and in and in like if he was Wolverine. There's a lot of like just switch ups throughout the song, and it just dives deeper and deeper. And Freddie just kind of like just takes these breaks at times, but then just like keeps on going. And Freddie as a rapper has an insane like breath control in general, and he flexes it upon like on this track. He really flexes the amount of syllables and the amount of words that he could say without just taking a single breath. It's genuinely crazy. Next up, I have Bandit by Don Toliver. This song got an insane amount of plays for me. I think it was like number 2 on my Spotify Wrapped, an insane amount of replay value, genuinely. And I genuinely think it's one, if not the best song that Don Toliver's ever released. It's like intoxicating. It samples Tame Impala, which is also very unexpected, but it has this very like just like rock slash trap type of vibe, which he does kind of embody at that record that he dropped, Hard Stone Cycle. But this song in particular, just like the entrance level to it, and it was like it's in your face, kind of like just him singing his ass off, rapping, and just taking you into this sort of like rock psychedelic journey, which I think is just nice, catchy. It genuinely, again, just insanely replayable. It's something that's just very memorable. It just sticks with you throughout the year and just throughout the listen in general. Next up, I have Timeless with The Weeknd featuring Playboi Carti. This is a song that was teased, I think, one of those shows that The Weeknd did, I think was in Brazil. And the live performance and this release performance are almost the same for me. Like, it is genuinely just a great, nice, and catchy song. Cardi offers probably the best feature that he's offered in a more mainstream pop type of environment. And to be fair, he's done like a billion features this year, and I think this is easily the one that stands out the most. And I also think it's because like just the production, the environment in general is something that Cardi can rap on, and he flexes this, the new voice that he kind of came up with, but at the same time embodying a sort of like baby voice that he had in his previous work and his previous material. And The Weeknd, with incredible vocals like always. I think it genuinely falls more into a catchier song because it has like the hook repeats itself so many times, but I don't think it repeats itself too much to the point where you just get bored or sick of it. If anything, it just makes it much more intoxicating. It makes it much more catchy and memorable. I think like after 3 plays, I could have like repeated like the hook like word by word. It was something just like kind of like was easy to remember and stick with your head. And sure, it isn't the most like incredible performance by The Weeknd, lyrically or vocally speaking, but it's something just again just sticks with you. It's something just catchy. It's something that's more safe and accessible, and it's just again a song that you can just easily play in any environment and just still feel an amount of enjoyability from it. Next up, we have "Breathe" by Yeet. This song, it's just like power, like just like it just embodies power. That's really like the best description. It embodies power. It's in your face. The beat, the 808, everything just sounds alarming. Like it needs to get your attention. It doesn't want you, like it needs your attention. Yeet embodies this very like alien, like out of this world type of persona. And I think this is like the one song where you might have done it the best, because everything around this song is like destructive. It sounds like explosive, like again like in your face. And he manages to like kind of find a way to make it not only like this explosive but also accessible, where it's not like insanely experimental. They'll like just scare off people who want to get into Yeet. I think it's like the perfect balance between those two worlds, and he does it just so damn well and so damn like just memorable as well. Next up, we have Jesus by Chief Keef and Lil Nar. This song made me just laugh my ass off, especially the skit before this song in the record Almighty So Too. And wow, man, it's just bar after bar after bar. The beat is banging. Chief Keef with his, as always, funny ass bars. Like, don't talk to me. It goes out to Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, this is like bars. It's like you just like kind of like stare, like just listen to it. It's like how does he come up with this? How does he come up with this? But yeah, I also really like the Lil Nar feature, even though he's kind of involved with his pitch. Like the pitch down vocals might be a bit distracting at first, but the more you listen to it, the more it's like almost embracing sound like salvage s like just persona, which that matches so well with the environment and beat, and just with Chief Keef in general. Like just both their abilities and both of their like just performances, just vocal ranges, like they're really like a match made in heaven for this song, and it just like works. Like they express themselves in like such like crazy ways that, man, I'll take it. It just genuinely works. Next up, we have "Shame on the Devil" by Vince Staples. I think it's one of his most low key, which obviously Vince Staples is known for being much more very low key in his songs, but it's one of those songs where it's like much more in the lower tempo sides. It's very nice. It almost falls in like an R&B type of category for me. But it also has these very like just like dark and ominous like vocals with the "Shame on the devil, touched by the angel." Like it's like almost like decrepit in a way. It feels like abandoned. It feels like just like he's lost throughout the song. Like not in a way that he's like doesn't know what he's doing, but it's more of like it's almost like he's kind of like looking for a guy to like just like help him find a light or something. Because that entire like sort of the chorus and the verses and everything, it feels like he's like kind of lost throughout the track, and he's kind of like looking for a way out. And I think this like picture that he paints is like a bit spooky, but just very like just honest. Like I think this song, in Dark Times record where this song comes from, is a very honest like just portrait of Ben Staples as an artist himself and the way that he is feeling just currently. Next up, I have "Connect" by Vampire Weekend. It is one of the most creative indie, alternative, whatever you want to call it, songs of the year and of the decade. 100%. I think Vampire Weekend made a huge change. I mean, well, I wouldn't say a huge change from their style. It's technically still the same thing, but this song just has some incredible piano playing and some crazy segments that spirals out of control, where it's like you don't know how to categorize this song. It's very experimental, it's very whimsical, and it just shows that the Vampire Weekend, doesn't matter how old the group is in general, they still have it in them, and they just will think out of the box. It's incredible that a song like this exists from them. Like you would have thought they would have like kind of come back to their more like old school style and just make a more compact album, but no, they're just doing whatever the hell they want in the song, and they're just riffing throughout it. It's genuinely incredible to hear. Next up, we have "Genius" by Ravyn Lenae. Hopefully I said it correctly. But she really caught my ear just from that Childish Gambino feature, and from that song that she did with Childish Gambino, or just general. I've kind of heard her name throughout the years, and I don't know and I was a bit hesitant to like just check out her stuff, but I'm glad I actually checked out her newer record and this song, because I think this is the intro song, and it was just like it really stick with me. It's just nice. It's like almost like intoxicating. It's like it's nothing too like, I guess, serious. That's what I'm trying to get at, because the theme of the song of like, it doesn't take a genius to fall in love, or you don't have to like overthink falling in love. Something like that would probably be touched in a more broader manner, but it just feels like in a much more like just one-on-one manner. It's very catchy, very nice in the ears. It's very accessible for anybody who wants to get into the more R&B or alternative genre. And I don't know, it feels very cozy. It feels like very homey for me. It's just catchy. It's nice. It surrounds you. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think she paints a very pretty and very like nice portrait of sort of like a romantic person or something. Next up, I have "Te Mata" by Kali Uchis. This song, it's just Kali flexing her vocals throughout and throughout. I don't think I ever heard her sing in such a high register in my life. Like, you could tell she didn't want to mess it up, because it's more of a song where it's like she's aiming for a more traditional genre. I think this song is a bit more bachata. We might be mixing genre again. I'm sorry with the genre labeling if I'm mixing it up. But it's something that, I think it's actually a bachata or bolero. One of those two genres. But it's something you can tell she didn't want to mess up, because she is like just singing from her core. It is like the vocals are stretching out, and the song about just like jealousy and spite of like I know this like makes you jealous of me, or you're like you're jealous person or whatever. Like I think the lyrics and the themes and the way that she's expressing herself is very emotive, and you could tell this was a very emotional song for her to make. and it really falls in line with the themes of this record. I mean of the record where the song comes from. Next up, I have Illusions by Jalen and Ngonda. Hopefully, I said that name correctly again. I might mess up a couple names. I'm sorry about that. But this song shocked me because it was like it's another banger that Spotify, the algorithm, like recommended me. But this song was just incredible. It was like I thought this song came out like 50 years ago at least. But yeah, Jalen just sings his ass off in this song, delivering this very old school Motown type of vibes, very soulful type of vibes. And wow, it's just like he nails the production, he nails the vibe, he nails every single key factor that's necessary to replicate this era and genre and just emotion, and he puts it all into one song. It's almost like we're hearing like a soul from the past just be resurrected and just sing in their prime, in their youth, like right here in this modern era. It is something encapsulating. It is something that I think everybody needs to listen to at least once, despite them even not liking the genre. Like, I think this song could probably make them like the genre, if anything. Next up, I have Cheerleader by Porter Robinson. I've been hearing about Porter Robinson for years. I probably heard some stuff. I just probably haven't been aware of it. But this song was like, wow. It was like addictive. It was like crack. It was literally like crack or cocaine. Like, it is something just like I keep on going back and back and back, and I start like just loop certain parts and parts, like choruses or like just breaks or whatever. It's like it's everything, really. It's like everything you would want from a pop song. Like it's like pop slash electronic or EDM, I guess you could call it. And it has these very explosive moments with the chorus where it's like the sins are all over in your face. The drums, the sort of like hey, like cheerleader type of vibes. That sort of narrative of him. It's almost like the narrative throughout the song where it feels very like high school or ish kind of. It's very cute, you know, of him kind of like just having this like, you know, he's not sure if this like girl likes him, but at the same time he feels this girl is like a cheerleader of him because she knows that she's like eyeing him and he's sort of eyeing her, and it's like he kind of like lost the opportunity at the same time. And he kind of like blew it and stuff. Like it's like the high school drama or love story that you would see like in movies and like music videos from the early 2010s, encapsulated in such an aggressive, in such a performative, in such a catchy song. Like genuinely, again, this is like just like a pop song on steroids. It's really incredible to listen to. Next up, I have Poppy Cold by Mach-Hommy and Black Thought. It was a really difficult song to pick because there's a bunch of incredible songs in the Mach-Hommy record, but I'll probably choose this song mainly because it is a collaboration of like that's my dreams, really. Like Mach-Hommy and Black Thought in a song, what the hell? Like, it's incredible. Of course it's gonna be incredible. I think the beat, the nice piano playing in the background, the nice drums, it gives so much air and room for them to like kind of spit their verses and choruses. Despite Mach-Hommy not spitting as many bars or as many lines as he did in his previous previous songs or whatever, I still think this collaboration with Black Thought is just incredible in general, because Black Thought, like always, is spitting bar after bar after bar after bar, and he is not stopping. They kind of go into more political territory, a bit more of a human type of territory, and that kind of reminds me of the song Political. That is like the second song of this record, which again has obviously more political themes. But I think that just Black Thought and Mach-Hommy just going back and forth, I don't know, I kind of find it like just incredible, because it's almost like you could tell that Mach-Hommy is like, you know, like he really wanted Black Thought on a song, and they both just conveyed what they do. And Black Thought was just like the best pick for this specific type of song. Next up, I have Black Flag Freestyle by Denzel Curry and Mexican OT. This is a banger. Like, genuinely, this song is a banger. It's one of the most intoxicating singles of the year. It was something I just had in loop and loop and loop and loop. Denzel Curry not only delivering a killer chorus, but also delivering a killer verse. It's like he was rhyming with this word, this and this and this and this, and this nice trap beat that's just hard as hell. And that Mexican OT, that feature was incredible. It genuinely just had me shook, because like I've heard of him freestyle before, but like putting it in a feature, like a verse like this, it's like he was told like, you got 30 or 40 seconds, go and spit the craziest stuff you've ever spit, and this guy went off. It was like a machine gun going off. It is like incredible, and he really understood the assignment, and he just did what Denzel told him to. He just even went further than probably what Denzel told him to do. Next up, I have the track "Holy Holy" by Geordie Greep. Hopefully, is it Greep? Yeah, probably just Geordie Greep. Yeah, I mean, from the departure from the Black MIDI, which kind of breaks my heart. They're kind of on a hiatus, but whatever. This song is just crazy. It's generally crazy. The lyrics that he says throughout the song, you could probably just see yourself. I don't want to repeat them because of YouTube algorithm and stuff. But it's just very nice theater boy type of music. Which it's not like too like much where it's like cringy. It's like cringy like just musical type, but it's like I don't know. It's a song that just evolves when you listen to it. It's a very nice rock. I think some of the influences are like a bit more like in the and like Brazilian type influences, as you could probably hear throughout the song as it delves into more territory. But I don't know. I think the song was very funny, very nice, and it just like there's just so much soul and effort put into it. Where it's like every minute, every single second is like not wasted. It's like it leads to something bigger and greater, which is something that I adore from Geordie as an artist. Next up, I have Lithonia by Childish Gambino. This man sang his ass off on this song, and after a sort of a mini hiatus that he had on his last record, which wasn't technically that far because he technically re-released the record that he came out with 4 years ago. But anyway, Lithonia, for this new final sort of chapter of Childish Gambino, it's explosive. This song is explosive. It's emotional. It feels like the world is ending. It's like we're listening. We're like looking at Childish Gambino, and it's like the world is like ending around him. It's like everything's like blowing up or something, because he is thinking like the fate of the world depends on it, or like everything is coming down. And it's like the final showdown or something, because the beautiful piano chords, the instrumental, him kind of saying that nobody gives a fuck or nothing cares or whatever. It's almost like just someone like lost purpose, or it's like someone is like just sick of it, and it's like just singing like their last wishes, their last words that they want to say to the public. It feels like just that dramatic, and that is something that I love from this song. And I think Childish Gambino encapsulates that dramatic sort of like just vibe and aura so perfectly without sounding a bit too corny or cringy. Next up, I have "Thought I Was Dead" by Tyler Creator, ScHoolboy Q, and Santigold. This song was a bop through and throughout. Just the horns, the drums, everything in the song was just so well put together, articulated by Tyler. It's sort of like core message of like, like I don't care, you thought I was sick, you thought I was off, you thought I was gonna be like, put aside or whatever. Like, no, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna step back, and if you're gonna criticize me, go ahead and criticize me. I'll step over that. You can't take me down. It is sort of a sort of an edgier side of Tyler that he's kind of like just led astray for a while, and he's just revived it throughout this record. And it doesn't sound like corny or cringy. It sounds more like him addressing. It's much more mature throughout the record and throughout the song. But it's him sort of like saying, hey, like just remember you, like you're not gonna take me down, like you're not gonna bring me down. I'm gonna always come up top. And I think ScHoolboy Q's, despite his verse being kind of short, he has a lot of emotion throughout this, just track in general. He really hypes up and just gives the track the extra oomph that it needs. Next up, I have Club Classics with Charli XCX. This is a song that was just like, this should be played everywhere in a discotheque. This is a song that has so many layers like peeled on top of each other, and it just opens up throughout, and it has like these crazy bass lines like "Put your hands in the club," like that segment. Like just like the way it's sterilized in the headset or the speakers or whatever, it sounds grandiose. And like the bass line that's playing, everything this song gives off, it's like very old. Like, well, it's not old, but it's more of like just 2010s mixed with even older music, older like dance or disco music, electronic music. I don't know. It has like so many genres put into each other. Like I can't even like really describe it. It's something you use, like you're there, you listen to it, you have to feel it for yourself. And it's something that it's like even danceable despite the amount of layers that it has. It's just so intricate. It's so like just entertaining, and it's just Charli at her best in terms of just like dance music, where as far as it goes with her stuff. Next up, I have "Seen MIEDO" by JPEGMAFIA. It's really Peggy being Peggy, and this song has so many parts. It's like hard to keep track of, but it's like in Peggy's nature to be unpredictable. And he really just knocked it out of the park with this song. It evolves from it starts off with just sort of like just kind of like I don't want to say like pop, and then like experimental, to then going like more to punk territory, to then going to experimental hip hop, to then kind of going more into like pop territory with sort of like, you know, dancey, like just synthesizers, these nice plucky, you know, just like sounds in the background, electronic type of vibes in there, kind of like just like hyper pop ish, and I don't know, it just sounds amazing. Like it goes through so many different layers and so many different pathways, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like too complicated. It feels like it's I can follow it. You know, it's nothing too like, you know. It's like, oh, it's too much. It's too over the place. If anything, it's nice. It's quirky. It's Peggy being Peggy, kind of showing his weird side as always, and making it into a very tolerable and very entertaining and very replayable song. Next up, I have "Squabble Up" by Kendrick Lamar. This song kind of came in late, especially to the list, but I really had to mention it. I had to put it this high because this embodies what Kendrick was about this year. He wanted to squabble up. He wanted to fight anybody who opposes on his way, and he did, and came out victorious. And this song is almost like a celebration of that. It's like he's, you know, squabbling up whoever wants to, you know, wants to like fight with him and stuff, you know. And he's like even throwing in this line throughout the song where it's like, you know, how are you rapping if you're fictional, if you're telling lies or whatever. And I don't know. I think the vibe of the song, the nice West Coast beat, the nice sample, the move to the music, now it's your chance. Like that was a very nice implementation to the song, and it even has like kind of like dance instructions, like almost like Not Like Us had, and it feels natural. And you can definitely tell that he wanted to do like sort of like a homage to the West Coast type of vibe, and put into more a modern pretense, and he does it perfectly in this song. It's nice, it's catchy, it is aggressive as hell, and it is Kendrick being confrontational, but at the same time delivering a danceable and just head bopping banger at the same time. Next up, I have "Death and Romance" by Magdalena Bay. This song invokes so many emotions in me personally, where it's like I don't know if I should like smile, cry, or laugh. I don't know what emotion I should feel, but it's like it's just so many things at the same time. It's just so hard to process. And wow, this song is like it's almost like everything. If anything, it's like I don't know, the nice chord progressions with like leading up, the nice strings, the drums, and then kind of leading up to this very like just like danceable sort of like chorus or hook and section, to then like transitioning to these synthesizers more at the end, where it's like just super whimsical and magical, and just the singing voice, the lead singer Magdalena Bay, her very nice voice, how it kind of transcends the your hips, my hips, and all the like. It's just you could tell there was a lot of passion put into this song. And they definitely didn't want to mess it up. And it's like a lightning caught in a bottle. That's like the best way to describe a song. It's lightning caught in a bottle. And I just see these very vivid, very emotive, like just like images in my head whenever I listen to this song. And it evokes just so much like positive emotions. It's like it's like an out of this world experience is the best way to put it. It's insane. It really is insane. And it's by far one, if not the best pop song of the year. Next up, I have "Thank God for Me" by ScHoolboy Q. Listening to the snippet of this song was like, wow, it's almost like "Squabble Up," that it had that snippet in the Not Like Us music video, and like it releasing was like, oh my god, it actually exists. Well, for this song, it's almost the same thing. Like it exists, and yeah, it exists. And ScHoolboy Q is like is he coming up like a Michael Jordan, like celebrating the finals victory? You know, it's like he's like flexing on top of us. He's like showing us like why he deserves to be in the GOAT conversation. And with this song, it has so many different just styles and so many different like just sections where it's like it opens up with this chaotic like horns where it's like, you know, aggressive and like very like just like, you know, he wants to like kind of threaten you, to this like nice section where it's like flutes or like there's something much more harmonious and chill. So then going back to the very aggressive section, I don't know. It's like it has so many parts to it, and it's like ScHoolboy Q wanted to create a bridge between accessibility and just the aggressive nature that he's usually known for, just in his style and in his music. I feel that he implements in a way that celebrates what makes ScHoolboy Q so important and so essential to the genre. My next song I have FromHere by NxWorries featuring Snoop Dogg in October London. What an incredible song. This is like the best R&B song I've heard in a long time. And it's like, it's something that Anderson .Paak can acknowledge, man. Like it's like whatever they cook up, it's something just like, it speaks to your soul. And the October London feature was incredible. it added this very like just kind of like just old school type of R&B vibe, kind of like in the blues. You know, the way that this song encapsulates like kind of being left out, depressed, kind of dumped by your ex, just trying to come back to that person, and like, you know, that sort of back and forth that you guys have. It encapsulates that sort of like blue, like in the blues vibe so perfectly, where I don't know, it's just like it feels illegal sometimes to listen to this song. It's just how good it is. It's incredible. It's Snoop Dogg offering this sort of like, you know, like whenever like, you know, the worst thing that could happen to a man is like when a woman like just gets up and just changes the locks. It's just such a funny part. It's such a funny line for Snoop, and it kind of adds to this very like just player, like, you know, you were played, or like lonely type of vibe. Like, because throughout the song it's more like Anderson .Paak making amends, say that he messed up, you know, he's alone, it's like very late at night, or it's like very early in the morning. He's trying to come back to his lover, but it's like she doesn't want him back, and he's trying to win her over. It's kind of him going over his sorrows. It sounds like a very depressing song. It technically is, but just the way it's performed, it speaks from the heart. It speaks from the soul. It feels very truthful, and it's just one of the most entertaining R&B songs in recent memory. So for my number one pick, my song of the year is "Like That" by Future and Metro Boomin featuring Kendrick Lamar. This song sparked the most entertaining beef, and probably the biggest beef I'll probably ever witness in recent history. It is incredible. It is like insane, just the amount of things that spiraled after this song. I'm not putting it up here just because of the beef that it sparked, but also just of how addictive this song is. This is probably the best beat, well, one of the best beats that Metro Boomin has ever cooked up, especially working with Future. Future, like, even before the Kendrick verse played, Future was delivering one hell of a song. This is like just a bop. It was like, he was once along down the way. The nice, easy interpolation. The 3-6 Mafia sample that Metro Boomin used for the beat. Future talking about the things that Future talks about, the strippers, the coke, the money, whatever. This song made me feel like expensive. It made me feel like I'm that guy. Like I'm that guy, and it's like we're like just like stomping on, like just standing on business. We're stomping the competition. We own everything. Like, we are everything. We feel cool. Like, I saw the album cover, like them literally with sunglasses, like in the middle of the night, and they're like wearing like very expensive clothing. This song made me feel like it just feels cool. It feels like very expensive. It feels very like I'm that guy. And Kendrick with that aggressiveness of like, you know, like fuck top three, like I'm the number one. Like it's just big me, and just going in and at Drake and J. Cole and at the entire competition, the way he's aggressive, he's like owning that moment. It is something we're probably never gonna see again. And it was a moment to just cherish, not only in the first listen, but even after the 50 something plays that I probably have with this song. It was something just like every single listen and every single play, I had to turn this song up, crank it up to 100%, just to make sure everybody knew I was listening to that song, because it was a song that needed to happen this year. This is the year of like drama, energy, aggressiveness. It was everything. It was just chaos. And this song embodies that necessary chaos, that necessary evil that just lurked within this year. So yeah, those were my top 40 songs, the best songs of the year. What you guys think about this list? Do you guys love it? Do you guys hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. Honestly, shoot your best songs of the year. I would love to see it. I would love to read those lists. And yeah, subscribe to the channel. Tap the notification bell on so you don't miss an upload for me. And see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody, and listen to the best songs of the year.